Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another very special, as always, episode of Next Level University, where we teach you how to level up your life, your love, your health, and your wealth. We hope you enjoyed our latest episode today. For episode number 742, it is Motivation Monday. Your life can look completely different in 5 years. So we've been doing this since early 2017. So it's been 4 years for us, okay? 4.5 years, almost coming up on 5 years. I remember Alan and I were in Florida with one of our mentors. We got invited down there, and we were like, this is amazing. Like, we had people that came and did the dishes, and they cleaned our clothes for us, and we went out to dinner all the time with our mentor. It was awesome. It was great. And I remember thinking, like, number one, I am broke as a joke. Like, I don't know how I'm going to make ends meet when we get back. Like, luckily our mentor was paying for everything. I think he paid for the flights. He paid for a lot of the food. He paid for our gym membership, gas. Like, everything was really good. He was paying for all these things. But I remember thinking to myself, like, when we leave here, I am going to be probably pretty screwed. Like, when we go home, I don't have any way of making money. Alan and I just built the website. I spent like 2 weeks
on
straight
Wix.
building the website on Wix. We just paid $550 to become an LLC.
Yep.
So there was a lot of money going out. And I remember talking to Alan and saying, hey, man, I need to, like, start making money. I know you have a client or two. Like, how do I get a client? And in Florida, I got my very first client, and I started coaching somebody for $0 an hour. We started coaching weekly, and I did it for free for the first, like, month or two. Then one day, I was like, all right, I can't do this for free anymore. Hey, I really enjoy this. This means a lot to me. Like, I love the opportunity. I love the relationship we've built. Unfortunately, I can no longer do this for free. Like, I have to start making money. And then I started making $50 a week. Like, I was making $50 a week from this person. And that ended up becoming 75, which ended up becoming 100. And here we are 4.5 years later, about to cross the $250,000 mark in our business. You don't understand what 5 years from today can look like. Like, there are so many opportunities. I never planned on being a speaker. And now I've spoken virtually and realistically up and down the East Coast of the United States, and we've spoken in Canada virtually. Like, that's amazing. I never thought that was going to happen. I never knew that I was going to be a quote-unquote full-scale entrepreneur. I didn't know I was going to be a business owner. I didn't know that I was going to have another business on the side. Like, I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know that I was going to be engaged. Like, I'm engaged today. I didn't know that was going to be a thing. I didn't know that we were going to have an 11-person team, that we were going to be getting on other podcasts, that we'd have these amazing mentors. Like, I didn't know any of that was a thing. 5 years from today, your life can look completely different. But what are you doing now to make it look that way? We did an episode recently where we talked about why your past is so important and why it's so important to reflect. Your today is going to be your 5 year from today past. And you're going to look back and you're going to say, damn, I wish I did more of this, or I'm really happy I did the things that I did. And I'm really happy I'm where I am today. I'm grateful that Alan and I are where we are today, but honestly, it's what we did 5 years ago. It's what we did 4, 3, 2 last year that got us here. So you can be in a completely different place 5 years from today, but it depends on what you're doing today.
Strong work, Kev.
Good luck following that up. I'm going to go and take off.
I know. All right, so once upon a time, this is probably 3 years ago, maybe 4. Once upon a time, I knew a young woman who was unbelievably beautiful. And I had met this young woman through Kevin, and I remember we became really close friends over time, and this was actually before she eventually became a client. And I remember being in her basement, and we were talking deeply, having deep conversations again. And I remember asking her, what do you love about yourself? And I remember her telling me that she had such a hard time answering that question because she couldn't think of any. When I asked her what she disliked about herself, she rattled off a bunch of things. Now, on the outside looking in, you would have thought this woman was super confident, unbelievably beautiful, had it all. But in reality, she had toxic relationships. Her family didn't believe in her. She grew up in a toxic environment that was very suppressy. She was not encouraged to believe in herself. She certainly was not encouraged to chase her dreams or to have big dreams. And at the time, she was working at a bar. She was in a relationship that she only got to see her significant other 2 times a month. And she was absolutely struggling behind the scenes, even though on the outside she looked confident. Now this person came to me. I remember we were leaving the gym, and she said, Alan, I want to be a speaker like you. I want to be a coach. Please help me with my speaking. And I said, are you sure? I said, okay. We start coaching together. Since then, this person has modeled. I helped her start her own business. She is doing unbelievable things in the world. And now she knows without a shadow of a doubt that she's going to be successful. She has gotten her master's degree. She is absolutely crushing it. She's living her passion. She's helping dozens of clients overcome adversity and really lean into their own unique version of greatness. She's got a huge social media following. She's got a global brand that's being built. And she's truly, truly incredible. And some of the details that I'm leaving out, I just don't want anyone to... I want to keep this anonymous and protect her privacy. But the truth of the matter is, she's now around the most exceptional people in the world, in my opinion. And she's doing incredible, incredible things. At one point, she was pretending to be successful and pretending to be happy and pretending to be fulfilled and pretending to believe in herself. And then when she finally decided to take off that cloak of perception, admit that she was struggling, get good leaders and mentors and guidance and coaches. She's invested in herself. She's achieved, at one point, this is a client of mine. At one point, she literally rattled off a list of all the things she achieved in such a short amount of time, and it was unbelievable. What at one point seemed impossible to her is now her everyday life. This is real. This is not fake. This is a real story of a real person who made real change, and there's no reason why any of you can't do the same if you have the humility, if you have the work ethic, if you have the consistency, and most importantly, if you get the right mentors and get out of toxic environments. Your life can look completely different in 5 years, just like this person. And by the way, I can name a bunch of other people that have a very similar story to that person, and I can name a bunch of other people that have a similar story to Kevin, where they got around the right people, they finally leaned into their greatness, they finally started owning their goals and dreams, and now this very person literally says, I'm going to be as big as Oprah. And she says it with full confidence, and she says it publicly to her clients. She said it to my face. Okay? She went from broke, no belief, no self-worth, no guidance, nothing but suppression, toxic relationships everywhere, to literally, I'm going to be as big as Oprah, and I'm going to do whatever it takes. That is possible for each and every one of you if you want it. Now, what I didn't tell you is the work ethic, consistency, and how many challenges and growing pains that she's gone through. But she's more fulfilled now. She's more on fire now than ever before. And like Kevin said, your life can look completely different 5 years from now. There's no question. In 5 years from today, you will arrive. The only question is where. You'll either arrive in a well-designed, extraordinary place, or you will wind up wherever your autopilot takes you. The conditioning from your past is conditioning. We are born limitless and taught to be limited. Okay? There is nothing you are not capable of, and I'll just quote Stephen Kotler. We're reading The Art of Impossible in book club.
Shameless plug.
Next Level Book Club every Saturday, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Seriously, it's on fire. But Stephen Kotler says this in the book, and I love it. And I'll end on this. Very little is impossible given a decade. Very little is impossible given 5 years. Obviously, a decade's more than that, but 5 years from now, your life can look completely different. The only question is whether or not you're going to commit and make the changes.
Fired up. It's fired up.
Motivation Monday.
Makes me want to go on. Maybe I'll just go on another 5-minute rant.
Do it.
No.
No,
I think it's important to understand that it is the work, and it is the work ethic, and you are going to hopefully be here in this world 5 years from today. But what Alan said, is it going to be where you decided? Is it going to be where you designed? Or is it going to be where you ended up by accident? Human beings do not get better by accident. You know, we're getting ready to go to our 15-year... No, is that true? Our 15-year reunion is coming up next year. People don't get better by accident. Time makes us worse by nature. It just does. Gravity, it doesn't make you better unless you try to get better. 5 years from today, your life can look completely different, but you have to start, You have to know what you want. You have to persevere, and you must get better. You must become the next level version of you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are looking to make sure the 5-year version of you is the best version of you, the most next level version, please reach out to Alan or myself. I've leaned very heavily into podcast coaching. If you have a podcast, you want to start one, I am your guy. At this point, we've produced over 1,000 episodes. We've saved our clients thousands of hours. We've helped them make money as well, which is a huge win-win-win, so I'd love to help you there. What do you do in the world, Alan?
Peak performance business coaching, next level business solutions. We also have something called next level web solutions. If you want your life to look completely different in the next 5 years, you have to get around new people. You have to get around new influences. You have to get around people who believe in you. Kevin and I can be those people. Please reach out.
Let me fire it up. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow for episode number 743, last week's live podcast, How to Design the Most Fulfilling Life Possible. We love you. We appreciate you. And as always, we do not have fans. We have family. We will talk to you all tomorrow.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.